guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. Today we're going to be making an Easter grapevine wreath using an 18-inch grapevine wreath that I picked up at Walmart. You're going to need some Easter eggs, and I picked those up at Dollar Tree, an Easter bunny welcome sign, and it was $3 at Dollar Tree. You're also going to need, for this wreath, you're going to need some 10-inch deco mesh. You're going to need some ribbon with wire for a bow, and this ribbon is from Sam's Club this spring. And I've got the 1.5 inch and the 2.5 inch. Both have wire, and Sam's Club has a really great deal on ribbon. If you've never shopped there, you can get 50 yards for less than $8. And there's my cute helper, Miss Willow. Parker wasn't too far away from me. He had a birthday last week and he turned 9 years old. And there goes Miss Willow, and then there's the tag on the wreath from Walmart, 18-inch grapevine wreath. You're also going to need some floral wire, and this is 20 gauge floral wire, and I picked it up at Walmart. So I'm just taking the floral wire, taking a piece, threading it through the grapevine wreath at the top in the center, going to give the wire a few twists, leave it pointing toward the center. Move down about 7 inches or so, thread another piece of wire through, give it a few twists, and leave it pointing toward the ceiling. Just be very careful when you're using your floral wire and leaving it pointing toward the ceiling. We made sure and put up Willow because I didn't want her to get poked with the wires, and also you don't want to get yourself poked, so just pay attention that you do have wires sticking straight up. I added a total of 5 wires, and this really makes it easy for adding the mesh and the ribbon to your wreath. Now I'm taking my 10-inch deco mesh, move down about 4 inches, gathering it together in my hand, sliding my hand down at about 8 or 9 inches and making a puff. Now I'm going to the top center wire, going to put my puff in it, twist the wire around it a time or two. Now I'm going to take my 2 colors of ribbon, stack them on top of each other, pinch them together, going to that first wire, just going to twist the wire around the ribbon. And now I'm going to let out some more of my mesh, move down about 8 or 9 inches, make another puff, go to the second set of wires, put the mesh between the wires, then grab my ribbons. I'm not pulling them tight, I want to leave them loose. And then I'm taking my second set of wires, twisting them around the mesh and the ribbon, and we will cut these wires off short and fold them down when we get finished with them. And I'm just going to repeat this same steps all the way down, and I only did the left side of my wreath. You could do it all the way around, just the right side, whatever way that you would like. I'm just giving you some ideas. The mesh I am using is not very flexible or bendable. It's really stiff and kind of difficult to work with, so I really wouldn't recommend this particular deco mesh for this DIY because it doesn't move and have a lot of shape. It's just kind of plasticky, but I do think the colors are really pretty, and it's a really easy technique too. For the end, I just let out some tails, and I let out a longer tail of mesh because it will curl up. And here's my little bunny sign, and I'm going to add some cable tie mounts to the back, or zip tie mounts. They stick on, but I add some Gorilla Glue hot glue around them just to make sure that they don't come off, and just be very careful when you use your hot glue. I like to use Gorilla Glue hot glue and hot glue gun, and I keep mine on the low temp setting. And I just add a little around each one of these, then set it aside and let it have time to dry. The bunny sign from Dollar Tree had a bow on the front left side by the ear, and I did take it off and I tied a smaller bow to go there, but now I'm tying a bigger bow to go on the bottom center of the wreath. I let out a long tail, probably about 6 or 8 inches, made a loop, then I'm going to the other side, making a loop this same size as the first loop, going to let out more ribbon, make another loop on the left side, keeping it pinched tightly in my left hand, but you can use your right hand if you prefer. Checking to make sure my loops are the same size on each side. Going to let out more ribbon, make another loop on the right side, 2 loops on the left, 2 loops on the right, then I'm going to let out a tail, Now we're going to use the 1.5-inch width ribbon with wire, the solid color on top, place it directly on top, let out a tail first, then we're going to make a loop, and I'm going to do 3 loops on the left, 3 loops on the right with this one, and I did make these loops just a little bit smaller using this color of ribbon. Try to make your loops the same size on each side, and you'll want to use ribbon with wire because the loops will just stand up, the bow just holds its shape better, and it's just easier to work with. So one more loop, and then I'm going to let out a tail, and then you're going to want to have a zip tie close by to wrap nice and tight around the center of your bow. And then I'm going to take a piece of 20 gauge floral wire and thread it underneath the zip tie. That way I can easily attach the bow to my grapevine wreath, dovetailing the ends. So fold your tail in half with the edges to the left side. Go to the folded side, cut away from the fold, and that makes the pretty V on the ends. It just kind of dresses up your bow, or you can just cut it at a slant, whichever way that you prefer. Now I'm taking the floral wire, threading it underneath the zip tie on the back of the bow, and that way I can easily attach this bow to my wreath. So I'm just going to take the bow wires after I fluff and shape my bow and thread them through the grapevine wreath, go to the back, give the wires a few twists, cut them off short and fold them down. Just take your time shaping and fluffing your bow. I like to put my hand in each loop and just open up each loop. So with the light colored or the solid color ribbon, I did 3 loops, 1 on the left, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and that way I could have a loop on top and 1 on bottom if I wanted to. First, I'm going to take those wires that were pointing toward the ceiling, cut them off short, and fold them down. Now I'm going to place my bow right there on the bottom center one. I'm just threading the wires through the grapevine, through the mesh. Then I'm going to go to the back, twist the wires, cut them off short, and fold them down. And here's how the bow looks. I just love the colors together. Perfect for spring and perfect for Easter. I can't wait to do more Easter DIYs. I've already done an Easter splatter screen wreath, so if you haven't seen that tutorial, I'll link it for you in the description box. I cut all those wires short and folded them down. Now I'm adding some Dollar Tree Easter eggs right on top of those wires. Just hold it for a little bit, let it have time to dry, but be very careful when you're using your hot glue. You could take some spring floral picks and cut them into shorter pieces and add them around your Easter eggs if you wanted to. That would be a pretty look. And then to the right, I'm going to add my Easter bunny sign, and I'm just taking some floral wire, threading it through the cable tie mounts, going to give the wire a few twists, 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. That way I can easily attach the bunny sign to the wreath, because I'm just going to take those wires, thread them through the grapevine, then go to the back of the wreath, twist those wires, cut them off short, and fold them down. So I'm placing 1 set of wires at the top. Just be patient and take your time. Then I'm going to place the ones at the bottom, and here's how it looks. And I still need to add a bow to the top left bunny's ear. And here's my tail that hangs down long beneath the wreath. Just make sure you leave a little extra mesh because it will curl up. I just took some ribbon and rolled it a couple times to make a small bow to put on the bunny's ear, and then just took a zip tie and zip tied it in the center. If you don't want to add a bow, some small petite flowers would also look cute on the bunny, or you could do like a little crown across the top of the head of the bunny. So there's lots of cute ways to decorate your bunny, but I didn't like the ribbon that was on it, so I had to change it. So I have it zip tied together now, and I'm just going to use some Gorilla Glue and hot glue the little bow onto the bunny sign. Do you decorate your home for Easter? I just love decorating my house for Easter. I can't wait to get all of my bunnies out. I will be making a bunny centerpiece really soon, and some bunny floral arrangements, so I have lots of Easter DIYs planned for this year. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this grapevine Easter bunny wreath. I think the welcome sign is so cute, so simple to make, and it's perfect for spring or Easter, or you can make this for any season or holiday. Thanks so much for watching, guys.